So in this demonstration, we are going to create a PHP web service file on a GoDaddy server. To create this, we can use an integrated development environment, and that is known as Eclipse IDE. Eclipse is one of the most easy to use, lightweight integrated development environment, and it is mostly used in industry for PHP applications development. There is another alternative to Eclipse, and this is known as Zend framework, which you can use to design PHP application. Let's get started with Eclipse IDE. On the machine here, we have the Eclipse IDE. We are going to create a workspace, and on that workspace, we are going to create a sample PHP file. Then we are going to upload this PHP file on our GoDaddy web server. This PHP file will act as a web service which will take GET request from Android clients and will return GET response to Android clients. Using this GET request, we are going to exchange data between client and server. This data will be specific to our application. So let me just get started with a new account here, and let's say we are going to make our application within the World Wide Web directory, and name of the application will be JSON demo. Within this workspace JSON demo, we are going to create our PHP project, and with the PHP project we are going to create a PHP service. Using that PHP service, we are going to receive request, and then we are going to respond with our business logic. So now, once we started our workspace, we are going to get started with our first project. To create a project, we are going to use PHP Explorer. Within this section, we are going to create a project. The central section will be a text editor wherein we are going to write our codes. On the right hand side, we have outline so that we can access any variable or a method directly through this outline. And at the very bottom, we have output and problems window. So let's get started with a new project. We'll go to File. We're going to create a new PHP project. Name of this project will be Demo1. Let's create this project. Once the project Demo1 is created, within this Demo1, we are going to create a new file, and this file will be considered or named as demo.php, or let's call it as, we're going to create a PHP file. And let's just rename this file as project1.php, let's say. So we have created our first PHP project, and this will act as a web service. This web service will be hosted on your GoDaddy server. It will receive GET request and will respond to requests. Within this application, we are going to receive a GET request. Within that GET request, we are going to receive an argument, let's say name. So we are going to receive a GET request in our PHP web service, and that GET request will receive a name. So in order to do that, in PHP we can receive GET request using this wrapper known as $_get. So this defines that we are going to receive the GET request. Within that GET request, we will receive an argument known as name. So this value will be received in a GET request, and we are going to store that into a variable, and variables are created with $sign in PHP. There is no predefined data type in PHP programming. We have received the GET request, and within that GET request we will receive an argument known as name, and we are going to store that inside name variable. Now what I want to do, whichever name is received, I would like to specify an output on the web page, and output can be printed using echo command in PHP. And I would like to do something like this: welcome, and welcome will be concatenated. In PHP, the concatenation sign is dot. Dot is considered as the concatenation symbol in PHP. and we are going to add name to this welcome message. So once this has been created, now we have got a very simple application written in PHP. What it does, it receives a GET request, it receives a parameter known as name. Whatever value is received in the GET request, this will be stored into your name variable, and then we are going to concatenate name variable with a string and we are going to print that out. So this is one simple demo which we are doing, and then we will modify our code as far as our. So we are going to deploy this file on the server first and we'll see what it returns back. Then we are going to understand the concept of how JSON can represent this output. So to do this, we'll go to the server here. On the web server, we'll go to File Manager. We'll go to World Wide Web root. Whichever file we will copy in this www directory will be accessible on internet if we browse to the website hkey.com. Okay. So at the moment, if you search for itchki.com, we'll get the default page from GoDaddy server, but once we will replace our file, we'll get access to the file which we will create. So by the time it processes that, we are going to upload our PHP file here. So within the public HTML file or the folder, we are going to upload our new file. So what we'll do, we'll choose file. We are going to browse to our WAMP server directory wherein we have created our Eclipse project. Within World Wide Web, we have a directory known as JSON demo, and within JSON demo, we have our project demo1. Within this project, we have our file project1.php. So we are going to open this file. The file will be uploaded and now it is available on server. So what we can do is we can go to itchkey.com/ and the name of the project is project1.php. So we'll just write project1.php. As soon as we access, you can see that it is displaying welcome at the moment because I have not provided any argument. But with this project1.php, I would like to add an argument, and using this question mark, we can add as many arguments we want. So I would like to specify a name parameter here. Okay, the name parameter will be something like, let's say, I will specify Parimal. So if I send this request to web server and if I press enter, so I will get the result welcome Parimal. So what we exactly did, this code or this URL is actually a GET request. As soon as we connect to this, a GET request will be generated and an argument will be sent with the GET request. Server will receive this GET request and is going to process the argument received. Clear? Now what we can do is, let's say if you want to understand this GET and POST request in a little better way, so what we can do is, let me just tamper the request and let me show you how requests work.